Welcome once again to the channel. Today we take a look at possible deck combination, but it's going to be a different type of possible deck combination than usual. Today I'm just going to keep trying out combinations and see which combination works the best. So we're going to go straight in with the combination that I've put together since I started the event about half an hour ago. As I said, work commitments has basically taking up most of my time, most of my gaming time, so I'm not playing as much as usual. So first up, this is the combination that I'm actually running. It consists of Supreme LOM, and Supreme LOM will give us a 140% increase for 3 turns. It will also create 6 Light Power Gem 5s. It's got a 3-turn cooldown, and it's got 2 passive on board. The first passive creates 2 Light Power Gem 4s every time a hero activates an attack or damage buff. This can happen infinite time, and it can scale infinite time, and it can be triggered multiple times, unlimited time basically. The next passive, at the end of each turn, it will heal for 2000% of your recovery, and if you are affected by an attack or damage buff, that's when it heals. So both those skills are triggered by an attack buff or a damage buff. And this is our Master Collection card, so I'm using the two copies of the Master Collection card which I've got. This one will create 8 Power Gem 6s and become immune to enemy damage for 1 turn. We're not really interested in the immunity in this event. I'm primarily interested in immunity in GVG. Did use it for GVG this morning and it worked really well. So at the start of the battle, it will create 6 Power Gem 6s. So this one will give us 14 Power Gem 6s. This one will give us 14 at the beginning of the battle, and this one will also give us 14 Power Gems. Now this one is actually buff, so you will be getting 1 extra Power Gem from its skill for this event and this event only. And this is Star Song Wolfpack, which is a commander card which will upgrade all our Power Gems on the board and give us an additional 7 Power Gems. It does give us Gem Fall as well, but we're not too interested in Gem Fall. So we're gonna go straight in and we're gonna start farming keys. This boss has escaped. Well, it's been killed, not escaped. So we're gonna just go through whatever is at the top of my screen, and we'll just keep killing from the top downwards, and then I'm gonna keep playing around with the deck. So this one, I know that with 1 key the maximum damage output is about just over 400 trillion, and that's the damage of all the cards and the deck combined. It's not just for one particular card. The highest damage dealer is gonna be the current ultimate form, which you can see gives me 84 trillion with 1 key. I got 65, 62, and Supreme LOM dealing just over 59 trillion. And the maximum damage for that attack is just over, well, just over, say 3 trillion. I'll round off at 2.5 trillion. 250 trillion, I should say. Let's get in another attack, but this time we're going to use a different combination. Now this combination uses Astral Anomaly, and Astral Anomaly is also a Chaotic Killer ultimate form. Now this one is not gonna really make our deck more powerful. It does create a bit of power gem, it does give you a bit of damage boost. So the damage boost will activate the passive of Supreme LOM. So we are actually running Sidecar Annie in this one. But what I want you to notice is that I've actually got water gems and water power gems on the board because I'm running a water relic. So the reason why that one activated is because I've got a commander card on board, and I have got Chaotic Killer cards as well, and it's a chaotic boss so it will activate because I've basically fulfilled all the criteria. So 69 trillion for the main damage dealer, and that one dealt, let's see, just over 170 trillion. So the damage isn't really as much as the first combination, but we're going to try it out twice more, 2 times more, and we're going to see if the damage remains the same, if it increases, because this ultimate form, Astral Anomaly, can increase the amount of attack that we get based on intensity. And at the moment, intensity is 121. That's straight off the bat, because we do get 100 intensity from Astral Anomaly, and that helps us to produce just a bit of power gem on the board. Let's see if the damage remains the same or it increases. It actually increased. It's now 103 trillion for our main damage dealer. Let's check the total, the overall. Yep, 254 trillion that one was. So it's quite close to the deck that I used before. One more attack with this one, just to get the average damage. So it will range from the highest to the lowest. You take the average. Averages will work out probably to be about 80, 90, probably over 100, and the average damage for the deck would probably work out to be, I would say, roughly 180 trillion. I would take the average to be. So let's see the damage on this attack, and the damage I'm hoping would be quite high, 73 trillion. So let's see the total damage for this one, and then we can just do some quick calculations. So it would be 180, 150, and 3 or 250. So around about, I would say the average would be 180 trillion for this combination. Let's see if we can try out one more combination. So this combination, we will get rid of Astral Anomaly. No, you know what? We're gonna keep Astral Anomaly on this one. And the reason I'm gonna keep Astral Anomaly on this one, it's because this one is actually a non-event combination. So what I'm going to do with this one, I'm gonna add this relic, because these 2 relics will actually create water gems and water power gems on the board. So as soon as I activate the battle skill of Silent Night, this relic will actually convert all of those gems to light gems and light power gems. So I'm gonna go straight in, and we're gonna see exactly how we get on with this combination. Now the 2 previous combination doesn't run that relic that I just showed you. They're upgraded by the cards themselves. So we didn't get enough gems or power gems on the board, so that was a real flop. So let's try that one out again. This time I'm gonna remove that relic. Don't think I actually need that relic on board really. So I'm gonna remove this one, because that one basically decrease the amount of gems we are able to create on the board. And what we're gonna do with this one is we're gonna run one of the current relics, which is that. We'll put these 2 first, and let's go again and put another relic on board. We use one of the current relics because we've got 2 copies. We'll get rid of that one and run 2 of this. So all of those relics are actually Chaotic Killer relics. We got 1 light Chaotic Killer, 1 light Ultimate Chaotic Killer relic. It's a commander relic, but it will activate, giving us light gems and power gems on board. So there we go, that's much better. And we've got power gems on the board. Now the beauty about this deck is because it's got this one that will increase your power gem production a bit more. So we didn't really convert the water gems to power gems. That's because this deck doesn't produce a lot of power gems, and you can see damage on this one is not as high as the combinations using the current ultimate form as our support card. So this one is 116 trillion, but it's quite nice. It's a non-event combination. You can change around the cards, because that's what I'm doing now. I'm just playing around with the cards. This one is quite nice. This one will create 4 power gem 6s, and it will increase Light Slayer attack by 20%. You can double up on that because it will refresh. You can activate the battle skill twice per turn. It will create an additional 2 light power gem 6s at the start of each turn. So you do get those power gems on turn 1. Astral Anomaly, as I said, that one creates power gems based on intensity, and it does give you a boost based on intensity. Silent Night gives you a boost whenever this hero attacks. It heals for 100% of your recovery. Each light slayer that attack, it's alongside him, doesn't really get a boost. Thought that was a boost. Normally when you see a fist, there's a boost there. Whenever another light slayer hero activates their battle skill, creates one extra light power gem 6. It gives you 8 light power gem 6, and it's got a 1 turn cooldown. Supreme Elohim, we know what that does, and we know what this one does. So you could use the current ultimate form in this combination. Let's see if we can actually increase the total damage that we can deal if we just make a slight adjustment and put the current ultimate form as the supporting card. That's going to give us the killer skill. Let's go in and see if that boosts the total damage output. Should, because we're getting that 80% attack increase from the current ultimate form. We're getting higher levels of power gem, and we're actually getting more power gems. So we're going to activate this one. We get a crush, we activate it again. We get another crush, we activate Silent Night, then the current ultimate form, then Supreme Elohim. So we got loads of boosts. You can see all of those wonderful boosts at the side. Then we're going to activate our card that's going to upgrade. So you can see the power gems on the board. We got power gem 14, got 2 power gem 14, power gem 12s, power gem 7s, all those lovely power gems on the board, and we get that nice gem fall effect. Now there we go, 123 trillion for the current ultimate form, which gives our total damage at 278 trillion. So that wasn't a bad combination. That was quite nice. We're gonna tag this one and allow somebody else to take it out a bit later. When it gets down to about 5 minutes, somebody else will take it out, and we'll just continue doing our thing. So the next combination I want to try out is a combination that uses all the cards from the current deck. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna swap out Supreme Elohim. Let's get our Chaotic Killer up. I'm gonna swap out Supreme Elohim. I'm gonna put in both my Master Collection cards in there, Sidecar Honey, and looks like we're ready to go. Now we go straight in with 3 keys, and we're gonna see with just the cards, well, not just the cards, with 4 of the cards from the current deck alongside our Star Song Wolf Pack, if we are able to do decent damage just using this combination. Now this combination has got the boost coming from the ultimate form, the ultra rare, which both give you 80% attack increase. You've got the the self attack increase coming from haste, which that's 20% for the Master Collection card, and the 2 Master Collection card. Lovely power gems. Going to swap the 2 biggest power gem on the board, and then we're going to see our total damage, how high it is. So this one gave us 60 trillion for our main damage dealer, so that wasn't very high for the current deck. That was just over 200 trillion. I'm going to try that once more, and these are all one key attacks, just one key. Free key will give us more, but we can actually kind of measure what this deck is able to do by using one key. If you're doing anything over, say, 700 trillion, you know that free keys is going to give you anything over 3 quadrillion, but we're not doing that type of damage. I mean, when it comes to Light Slayer, there are cards there that we can use, but Chaotic Killer hasn't got a lot of bows. Chaotic Killer is almost like Beast Killer. There's not a lot of bows for Chaotic Killer. There's a water card that gives you 1600% increase. This is 219 trillion. There's one card there that gives you a boost for Chaotic Killer, but that one is not gonna work, so I'm not gonna recommend that one. That one is actually, I think it's a water commander. Let's see if it's a water commander or a water slayer card. Headstrong Sirens, I think it's a commander card. So Headstrong Sirens is a card that boosts Chaotic Killer, but it will not work very well for the current deck. Now Headstrong Siren will give you far more damage increase than the current deck. It will increase the attack by 1600% for one turn. However, you have to have 16 or more water gems on the board for this passive to actually kick in. This deck destroys 8 non-water gems and heal for 700% of your recovery per gem destroyed. Moderately increase the drop weight of water gems for 3 turns. This effect increase with every stock of Chaotic Killer intensity. Create 6 water power gems, 5 4s. So I'm going from 6 to 4s. Power gem 4s plus 1 per 100 Chaotic Killer intensity. Now what we could do is, if we should have this to say Astral Anomaly and the 2 Master Collection card. Astral Anomaly will give you 100 Chaotic Killer intensity straight off the bat, and 2 Master Collection card will give you 100 as well. This will allow this card, when you activate the battle skill, to create an extra 3 water power gem, which will give you 9. That's not gonna be enough to actually bring in the passive, but we could try out and see if it will work. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use Headstrong Siren. Where is it again? Let's put Headstrong Sirens in, and then let's get our light Chaotic Killer cards on board. So this one will give us 100 Chaotic Killer intensity straight away, and we've got 3 more cards which we can actually add to the deck to give us more intensity. Now this will give us quite a bit of intensity, however the deck won't be very powerful for the simple reason that even with all that intensity, we're not creating enough power gems on the board. Now even if you've got loads of those, if you're not creating enough power gems, you're not realistically going to actually do a lot of damage. So we try 1 more water relic, and let's get a light relic on board. So I've got Light Slayer, and let's just use that one, and let's see what we actually get on. So we're gonna go into the battle. We're gonna see the reaction of this deck, because I'm not sure what it will actually do. I'm just trying it out, and this is what I do. I keep trying cards, and you might come across a card that you know you had it, but you're not really sure how it would play a role within the deck. So we didn't use the right deck. Let's go back and find the right deck. Yeah, as I was saying, you might have got a card in your collection that you think, nah, probably won't work, and you might put it in the deck and it might be the card that bring your deck to life. Now, if you pay attention to the intensity, straight away we've got 410 intensity. So that will allow Headstrong Siren to actually create quite a bit of power gem on the board, giving us the boost. However, as you can see, we're not creating as much light power gems on the board. So this is not gonna be of much use to us because we are not really doing a lot of damage. So we've just got 1 trillion damage. So that was a bit pointless. Now let's play around with it a bit, because you need to get those 16 power gems on the board to actually benefit from the boost that comes from Headstrong Siren. So let's switch up the deck a bit. Let's add something from the current deck. We're gonna add the ultimate form, and I think we're gonna add the Master Collection card. So the Master Collection card alongside ultimate form. We'll do that, and we'll try this one out and see if we can increase the total amount of light power gems that we are able to create, and if we can increase the damage. The reason why I've left one of the Master Collection cards is to actually increase the amount of intensity that we've got. Now we have lost 2 Master Collection cards, so we've now gone down to 250 intensity. Headstrong Siren has not given us the boost because we haven't got enough power gems on the board. So let's try this once more. We only need 15. We need to have 15 water gems on the board for this to actually work. Let's switch the relics, swap the relics around so we get lots of water power gems on the board. I think we'll put one more. We'll put one more water relic on the board. Chaotic Killer. Let's go for one more water relic. We'll get that one off. We'll go for one more water relic, and let's see what happens, because we got aced on all of the light cards, so we're not too worried about pouring up those cards because they're fully ready to use as soon as we go into the battle, because they've all got haste on board. So let's see what happens this time around. So we've got a crush and we've got the boost. Now let's activate everything and let's see what happens. Boom. Let's see if the damage goes up. The damage was 49 trillion, but I believe there wasn't enough. Power gems on the board. So what I'm going to do this time around, I'm going to remove Astral Anomaly. I'm going to remove that totally, and I'm going to replace that with the current one more copy of the Master Collection card, because it's got haste. The Ultra Rare hasn't got ace on board. Then I'm gonna go for a Noble Killer Commander, which will give us upgrades, and this combination might work out a bit better. Let's try it and see if we're right. Now this is what I was saying about haste. Ace is really useful in a situation like this where we've got 4 off affinity relic on board. So now we've got the boost, we're just going to activate everything, and then our card that's going to give us the upgrade is ready. Now let's see the damage output on this one, if it's any better. Now the damage output is 170 trillion, 133 trillion, 126 trillion. Let's check the total damage. That one actually dealt just over 400,000. 400 trillion. So that one was much better. Far better. Let's try it once more, just for good measure. So you see what I'm saying about haste. Haste is really, it can be a really good thing to have on your cards, because without my cards actually having haste, I wouldn't be able to run a combination like this, because none of my cards would be powered up, because I have to use too much water relic on the current combination. I'm not doing a lot of crush. 80, 62, so the damage has gone down a bit, but that's because of the layout of my gems, my power gems on the board. So the damage on that one was half the amount that we had on the first attack. We're gonna do one more attack, and we're gonna basically take the average damage of each attack. Now the average damage, I think, will be around 200 trillion. That's what I'm estimating it to be. It depends on how much crush we actually get. The boost is okay. We get in that 1600% from Headstrong Sirens, so that's not bad. So we got one crush there. Yes, we got a triple crush again. Let's see if we get any more crush. We got a double crush there, and then let's swap these two. Those were the two biggest, but here's what is. Let's see the total damage on this attack. Total damage 272, 348 trillion, 272, 250. Let's see the total damage. That one was much better. That one was 878 trillion. So this combination that I just came up with is far better. So that is a much better combination than any of the combination that I've showed you before. And it all came about by me just trying out combinations. Just keep on trying out combinations, because I knew that all my cards would be okay, even if I'm running 4 water relics. My deck would be okay. Even if I'm running 5 water relics, let's go for 5 water relics instead of 4. So I'm just going to run 5 Chaotic Killer relic that are of affinity. There we go, there's one more. And it's a mixture of commander relics and Slayer relics. But because I've got a commander card on board, well, I've got 2 commander cards on board. I've got a water Chaotic Killer commander, and I've got light Chaotic Killer. So there we go. I've got Crush, and Headstrong Sirens is actually powered up. We can actually activate its battle skill just to get some more water power gems on the board. We need a Crush. We didn't get a Crush. Shouldn't have activated the battle skill. That was very, very silly, because we end up with too much. Ended up with too much water power gems on the board. However, you know what I'm gonna do? This is what I'm gonna do this time. Now is the time that we actually need to get rid of one of the water relics, and we're gonna add that lovely relic that we got from network a few events past. So we're gonna go and find that one. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go no filter there. The easiest way for me to find it is by age, because it's as I haven't got it that long, so it should be just about here. There is, and that should help us out quite a lot this situation. So what's going to happen is we will get the crush, because we will convert all the water gems to light power gems, because what that we won't convert all, we convert, I think it's 25, can't remember exactly how much, but we didn't get as much water gems on the board this time around. But you can see that it converted all the water power gems on the board to light power gems, which is quite good. That is quite useful, but we didn't get the crush for the water power gems, which was really a shame. That gives us 204, 159, 151. And let's see the total damage dealt by that combination. And the total damage was just over 500 trillion, which it's okay. I wouldn't say it's really a massive damage increase like the first time before we actually took the light relic, but let's try out one more time and see if we can replicate that 800 trillion damage with one key, just one key. So that's a combination that I'm going to be running. This is the one I'm going to be running. However, I might change around the relics. So we've got the boost. We're just going to activate all of these cards, and we've converted everything to light power gems, and we're going to swap two of our power gems. Let's see what we're left with. And there we go, 209. So I would say the top damage for this deck will be with one key would be 800 trillion, and I would say the bottom end would be 400 trillion, which is far better than what I originally was using. Can you use another combination with Headstrong Siren? I would say you could try, but I think with the current deck as it is, let's remove this one and put in our what should we put in? I think we should go back to our original setup, just using a Slayer relic on board. So let's go back for that one and see if we can actually replicate damage. One key again. Let's see if we can get back that 800 trillion. If we can get back that 800 trillion using one key, we know that we've got a winner. So as I said, today I'm gonna try out loads of cards. I'm gonna just play around with the deck, see what happens. So we've powered up Headstrong Siren. Do we want to activate the battle skill? We're gonna try and activate the battle skill. Now the battle skill actually destroys quite a number of the light power gem on the board, which is what it does. So you might not want to activate the battle skill, because you will lose out on some of your light power gems. Because okay, so that one didn't work as good as I thought it would, and I think my problem is because I actually activated the battle skill of Headstrong Siren. So we just need the 16 power gems, 16 water gems, or 16 water power gems on the board. We just need enough water gems on the board to actually tap into the passive ability of Headstrong Siren. We don't really need a large amount of water power gems on the board. We don't really need that. We just need enough water power gems on the board. So we know that we've got enough water power gems on the board to actually tap into the passive. So what I'm thinking is, should I now reduce the amount of water relic I've got, or keep it at the same level? There we go, 360 to let's see, total damage. Damage has gone up a bit, so we will fluctuate between, yep, and that one was just over 1 quadrillion. So we got 910 trillion, and we actually did 96 trillion damage. Add that together, it's 1 quadrillion damage for the entire deck with one key. One key giving us over 1 quadrillion. That is really powerful. Really powerful combination. I'm not going to play around with the deck anymore. I'm going to leave it there. But I hope it was fun for you as it was for me. Hope it was informative for you. Because I enjoy doing stuff like this. This is what I do all weekend when I'm playing the event. Just play around with deck. Keep trying cards. Keep trying relics. Keep trying different stuff. This is what I do. That's how I enjoy the game. Some of the time I find a fun deck and I play with a fun deck. Even though I'm not dealing a lot of damage, it's just fun to play with that particular deck. And I just play with it for a few hours. Then I go back to farming my trophies and keys and all of that. So this is Octane saying, hope you like the video, hope you're enjoying the event. Like, subscribe, leave a comment below, ask any questions if you need to, and I'll see you on the next video. So bye for now.